Hello, everybody. Selenanil here, and we're back. It's Tuesday. As some of you may recall, in the previous video, I received a phone call. I had to go into the doctor's, and I didn't think I was going to have time to do this video today, uh, just because of how uh, my schedule works. Um, but no, everything's worked out. So I went to the doc. I thought I sold all this. Maybe that didn't save. So I went to the doctor. The doctor said no more monkeys jumping on my bed, and I thought that was reasonable advice. Uh, because I have no idea what the fuck they were doing there to begin with, honestly. But no, seriously. I have a sleep issue. It's not great. And it causes me to occasionally stop breathing in my sleep. And I've had restless sleeps for a very long time. In fact, people see how little I actually sleep and sort of freak out about it. Ooh, what is this? Oh, corrupted altars. Because they honestly think I should probably be insane, given how little I sleep sometimes. And I can't really argue with them. I mean, they're not 100% wrong. I assume a normal person in this situation would probably have issues. But I seem to have survived. But it is dangerous. Uh, and I mean, that danger is very real. So I went into the doctor and we did a sleep study. So where they hooked me up to a ton of shit. Put me under. Well, not even putting me under sounds like they put me to sleep. They hooked me up to this big old machine. Said, "All right, go to sleep." So I was like, "All right." So I went to sleep for about 2 hours, from 10 to midnight. And then the lady came in and said, "All right, we're gonna put you on the mask now, and we're gonna pump air to you into you, and we're gonna see if that works, or how that works on the system and everything." So they hooked me up to the machine, and I have a nose problem. I'm sure you all, if you're watching this video, can hear it. I sound very nasally in all of my videos. I'm sorry about that. I haven't been able to use one of my nostrils for about a year and a half right now, and I assure you, I'm more upset about it than you are. However, the sleep doctor today did. What are these? Gargoyles? Why do they only have 10 health? 50% prot, 16 dodge, eh? Oh, I don't like. Alright, we'll see what happens. I don't know if we're going to be able to beat this nonsense. These are new. I've never seen these guys before, ever. And it's really scaring me. So, yeah, I went to the doctor. We did this sleep test, and, then he had me go do some blood work, which then I was having anxiety and panic attacks over that, because I have a huge phobia of needles. And I honestly just hate hospitals and doctors. I think it's not a good system. But I went and I did it, and I didn't enjoy it. I assure you. Uh, and he called me in today, and of course, the panic sort of takes over, thinking that we're gonna be going over the result of the blood test. I'm a little overweight. I mean, people are always talking about, oh, you're just gonna get diabetes and be on needles for the rest of your life because you're fat. But I'm like, I don't eat. And when I eat, for the most part, I mean, it's meat. It's not bad food. I just don't exercise or move. Right? Like, I mean, I don't. No, don't get me wrong. I go out to eat every so often. Everything just has too much dodge. Thank you for hitting something. So I go in, and he's like, all right, so here's your sleep study. He whips out like this singular sheet of paper, and he's like, all right, let's go over this. He's like, da 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 da. This is what this is. This is what that is. You understand all this? So then he pulls out a second sheet of paper, and he's like, all right. So he points at a set of numbers. All right, so this is the first 2 hours of your sleep. And he says that to be interrupted during about 2 hours of sleep, uh, 5 times is like the safe average for a normal person not having some sort of medical issue. 25 times is considered a severe, worrisome version of this sleep apnea. In 2 hours, my sleep was interrupted 154 times. Uh, which, when you think about it, there's 120 minutes in 2 hours. So my sleep was interrupted more than once a minute. Basically, I think it came down to it that there were a lot more times in some minutes where it just kept getting repeatedly interrupted. And then there were sort of very small lulls where I actually got to sleep. And I just looked at him, and again, severe is 25, and I'm at 154. And I looked at him and I said, "Well, I have always been exceptional." And he laughs because it's a good joke, and I'm funny. And he said, and then we went and we put you on the machine, and there was this little hiccup to start, and I said, "Yeah, that's because the machine was like made me feel like I wasn't breathing." Instead of, like normally when I end up not breathing and interrupting my sleep, I don't notice it. It all happens like on a subconscious level. When this thing was used on me, the mask, it was like pushing air into me. And when it would push air into me, breathing air out passively was hard. Like, it felt like I wasn't breathing out, and I would go, "I'm not breathing," wake myself up, and start panicking. Um, and that happened for like 30 minutes at the start of the test. And then eventually I, just started chanting, "The force is I am one with the force is with me, I am one with the force is with me." I got into like a zen little space. I'm like, I am breathing, I am breathing. The machine is helping, I am breathing. It's just pushing air back into me. It's fine. Breathe out. Breathe out. I basically just talked myself into doing it, right? I should have cured the bleed. I'm being really sloppy, guys. Sorry about that. Oh, that's a really bad hit. Alright. You can't heal the people behind you. You need to go in the back. I don't know why you aren't in the back. So he's like, all right, so this is, your, once we put the full headed mask on you. Because again, normally they would do just a nose thing, but they couldn't with me because of the nostril. He is sending me to like an ENT guy, to basically figure out what's going on with my nose and why a year and a half ago one of my nostrils stopped working. But that's neither here nor there. So I noticed there's a lot less blips on the piece of paper. And he's like, so when we put you on the machine, your interruptions in your sleep cycle went down from 154 to 4.7. And he said, that is amazing. I have no way of. Like, there's such a huge discrepancy. It is actually amazing. And I just looked at him and said it once again, like, well, again, as I said, I have always been exceptional. And he's like, well, that's exactly the word I'd use for it. This is an exceptional show of progress. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's not like I was lying to you. I was being very blasé about it because, again, I don't like doctors or hospitals. And just resorting to comedy helps me deal with it. So he's like, all right, well, as you can see, I mean, you go from, yeah, the match is lasting too long. They're getting stressed, which is bullshit, by the way. I just haven't been able to kill him. So it went, like, I really don't like that Kagami is gonna probably pop sometime during this mission. Especially because this is a boss fight. Like, I mean, she will pop before we hit the Necromancer or on him, I'm almost positive. You made me on my. I nearly broke my ankle on the rocks. Made me sick with some ubiquitous slime. So he's like, all right, well, the mask clearly worked. And I'm like, all right, point duly noted. The mask worked. I can admit that after I got over the initial panic attack thinking I couldn't breathe, the mask worked. Um, and he basically said that was it. The blood work was just testing stuff in my blood just to see how oxygen levels were and whatnot after I had done the test. They didn't find anything else in my blood concerning, or that was concerning. It was just like a standard procedure thing that he felt he had to do after the test. And they didn't find anything. Of course, now I need to get $1,500 to $1,800 to get this machine so I can sleep at night without fear of stopping, like without the fear that I'll just stop breathing in the middle of the night um and die. But I mean, again, I don't think it's going to be something that I have to do every night. I don't know. Hopefully, like, it will do it. And I should have probably asked this when I saw him, and I might give him a call or send him an email or something, like, because part of it is just that apparently there's like a weak part in my neck, and part of it is the weight. Apparently, the weight will. Day 4, the road to this damned hamlet was a tricky one both to find and to travel. When it revealed its ruined face, I swore I'd never seen such neglect. Some buildings have collapsed. Okay. Okay. Uh, so what basically happens is part of it's the weight. Not all of it is the weight. Part of it is the weight. But there's a part in my throat that's basically like lazy, for lack of a better word, which I find funny because when I was a child, I was diagnosed with what they call lazy bowel, which basically makes it that food passes through me like super slow, and it sort of results in just a natural constipation, like always, regardless of what I eat. Um, and I'll go days without using the washroom, then use the washroom as normal because it's just unless I'm thinking of doing it, it's not always something my body does. It's not quick. And it also means that when I do use the washroom like that, it's a journey. It's just a long process. I'm not one of those people who, dips into the bathroom for a 10-second shit. Like I've seen people take shits in under a minute, and I'm like, I'm in the bathroom for 35 minutes. I have no idea what you're doing in there, but it's not what I'm doing in there. Let's hope we get some deeds. Alright, 550. Yeah, we'll get rid of this. We can get more money out of that. Hopefully this is the right way, or else we're gonna be in trouble. That was a big hit. Just saying. I was really hoping there'd be no enemy in this aisle at all. To be 100% honest. I like this. This is not rolled to zero yet, I don't think. And that's very exciting to me. So it's like there's a part. It's not lazy. It's just it's weak. I'm sure my asthma as a child and an adult didn't help. Miss, fuck me, was a big hit. I'm sure the asthma doesn't help. Oh my god, 40% prod A. I think we need to mark him. Does this mark? No, it's just debuffs. So where was I? Yeah. So it's not that it's weak, it's thin basically. And when I breathe in during my sleep, especially if I'm like snoring, which happens because I can't breathe out of my nose, the suction of me breathing in will close it. And because it's, a part of my throat, it's moist. And it will like stick close and make it so I can't breathe. And so I just pull more air against it, which keeps it closed. And then I, snort and shift. And it sort of like pops free and I'm able to breathe again. Uh, and then I go back to trying to fall asleep. And I'll do all this in my sleep, apparently like 100 times a night or some such. And it's not great. And what the air does is that it pushes air in with more force and keeps its. Oh, that's not good. And keeps it separate, basically. So that it doesn't close. And it apparently works very well. Could you dodge one of these by any chance before you stress yourself out completely? Alright, you need to bandage him, do some triage. You need to defend him so he doesn't get hit again. So we can actually spend a turn healing him. And the machine just sort of pushes air in at a slightly different rate so that it like spreads that flap that's weak. It keeps it spread. That's what it does. And I was like, listen, I mean, I'm totally okay with us doing this. But, like, a big part of me is like, sleeping with that mask is not something I'm always going to be doing. I could maybe handle the nose thing every night, but I mean, I'm thinking about, maybe one day meeting a lady. It's a little hard to show up to the lady and like, hey, that was a great night. Let me just put on my full face mask so I can sleep without dying. And don't get me wrong, a lot of ladies would just be like really chill with that, but oh, not that I'm ever in that scenario. I'm just saying it could happen. That was a good kill. Sucks that the debuff only went on him though, because he's probably gonna hit anyways. Yeah, she stress popped. God damn it. Yeah, she would be. You need to heal yourself. You can't do shit. So, withstand. Get your stress down. No, so that was my trip to the hospital and dealing with that crap. But I mean, I was in the hospital a total of maybe 15 minutes. And that was check in at the main desk, get upstairs and down a really long hallway to the sleep clinic. Get to the sleep clinic. Talk to the guy and get back out. Come on. Fuck me. I really dislike that these people all suck. And I really dislike that this team has, like, absolutely no stuns. Like, that's a mistake on my part. Oh, Jesus. He's critting constantly. And our healing is just stopping. Thank Christ.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Alright, sorry, I meant to do this. Alright, we have to camp. We have to assume that's the boss.
Circle in the dark. The battle may yet be won.
I mean, I need to assume it. Are you serious? Do not get night ambushed. Alright, thank you. Alright, this needs to be the boss, and if at all possible, no fights in between there and then. No fight. No fight. Alright, this is it. Cross your fingers, or else we're probably just gonna have to bail. Oh, thank God it is. Alright, we stand a chance, but it's not a good one. Don't you fucking dare. Oh, that's such a good start.
A singular strike.
Alright, we need to mark him. We need that extra damage as much as we can get it. That's garbage. It's just a big old stress. Thankfully, the people he summoned don't get a turn on the round they come into the game. Alright, good kill. I'm surprised that didn't kill him, honestly. Alright, we've hit him for like 37 damage already. And if any of these guys... Oh, that's really not good. He needs to die now. He is 45% prot. That's crazy. The worst thing is that guy can stun us. Don't you pass. I don't care if you hurt yourself, but don't you dare pass. That sucks. Alright. He's gonna get maybe a turn. Alright, I'm fine with that. Oh, I'm not fine with you sucking. Like, the necromancers are usually, like, the easiest for me. That was such a good crit. That's so... Alright, okay. Let's remark this guy. Let's send him to the mark remark. Hello, my friends. My name is Martin. I love the mark remark, guys. I am not a fan of wrestling in any way. I love the Mark Remark. If you've never seen the Mark Remark, I highly recommend you indulge yourself in the Mark Remark. It is a satirical wrestling news show, and it is fantastic. This isn't good. We need to bandage him up so he can heal himself. After he knifes. Oh, I knew the crit was gonna come. Dervile is like the hero of this save file. Alright. Come on, be resolute. Be heroic, my friend. Oh, no. Alright, that's not good for us. That's all kinds of annoying. Alright. Miss? Yes. That good dodge chance. Alright, good. He used the flush is willing. That's also alright. We need to heal. Someone. Well, come on, Dervile. This is not good. Oh my god, he has a 9% dodge chance, and they're getting it way too often. I have a 30% dodge chance. There's a reason I should be dodging. There's no reason at all these guys should be dodging. Like, the skeleton zombies were just sort of muling forward at, like, the speed of crawl. Should in any way ever avoid attacks. Dodge it. Oh, that's not good. He's really getting hurt. And the only people... Oh, God, that was awful. And it bled him. Alright, let's do that. You have a self-heal that does some crazy good. I really wish it would have critted. See, the problem is this team just doesn't have the AoE it needs. And like, Kagomi's about to have a heart attack. And just die. Or Sylvanas. I think it's Sylvanas. I really hope she doesn't. Could you, by any chance, stop just hurting yourself repeatedly? Oh, that didn't trigger Retribution. Alright, she's gonna have a heart attack. Yeah. Alright, that's not good. That was a good heal, though. I don't care if you retreat. Just start hitting things, please. So we may need to run simply on the grounds. I don't think we can get through these guys fast enough. Because we have no AoE. I think this was just a mistake in me bringing the wrong party. But which really sucks because he's like super low. But like our Leper and Kagami are about to have heart attacks again. The only saving grace is that the Necromancer is at like 41 health. Alright, they both had heart attacks. You can't do that. Like, we can't... Nah, we're gonna need to get out of here. No, she's gonna die. Yeah, I'm out. I'm not losing the other guys. This is such bull crap. And he had a heart attack and died anyways. My fuck. God damn this fucking game, man. Oh well. I mean, we made money. But that was an absolute waste of time. And all it did was cost us two of our highest upgraded people.
Soldiers and outlaws, fools,
Who are the most skilled.
all will find their way to us now that the road
And had the most money poured into them. On the bright side, we kept Derval, who's definitely our most upgraded healer. Oh my god, only four of them came in with upgrades, and one of them's an antiquarian. Let's get a crusader, and let's get this. I'll deal with the rest later. Alright, guys, well, I hope you aren't too down after listening to me ramble about medical bullshit.